Welcome to today's video. We are back here at Scuba Circuit Gymkhana for another one of Oka-chan's drifting cram schools, otherwise known as Oka-juku. Oka-chan Oka-juku. Juku means cram school. The best thing about coming to these events is you just get to really practice on all the fundamentals of drifting. You're also able to practice tandem drifting and just really touch up on a whole bunch of technique. I love coming here. I have improved so much coming to this place and just non-stop drifting and being able to lap the thing non-stop as well. We've got the S15 here today, obviously, and I'm pretty excited to get some more seat time and do some tandem practice with Oka-chan as well. Doing a bit of maintenance on this guy's car. A couple of blew already on his, but I'm just pumped to get out there. And then, Oka-chan's Yaris really looks baller. We need to do another video on this now that he's finished with all the Rocket Bunny aero and stuff. He's also turned up the boost and stuff, and this thing's making a lot more power and stuff right now, and it's fast, man. I've watched him. He was doing a bit of fun out there today, which you'll see on his channel in his video, but man, this thing is so much faster than what it was when it came stock. Plus, I mean, he's got some big boy wheels and tire on there now. The brakes really look good in there too. All right, let's jump in the car and do some driving. Today's video is sponsored by Geology. Geology is specialized skincare specifically for men. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and trust me, I used to be the same, but I never used to do any skincare whatsoever with my face, and I started noticing a lot of bags under my eyes and blemishes here and there, which I attributed to just working hard and late nights. But I started getting into skincare and trying to keep my face moisturized and found that that actually helped. But I really had no idea what products to use or when I should use them or what was correct. Geology, on their website, you fill out this little questionnaire and then they send you everything that you need personally tailored to your face and your skin. I got the regimen number 7, which comes with their everyday face wash, vital morning face cream, the repairing night cream, and their nourishing eye cream. I've been using Geology for the past 2 weeks and I've noticed a massive change in just how hydrated and tighter my skin feels. They also include the instructions for your morning and night routine so you know exactly what you need to do. It's a new year, guys, so it's never been a better time to start taking care of your skin. So make sure you go check out the links in the description and take full advantage of my discount code to receive 30% off on your first order. Thank you, Geology, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. All right, guys. Whew. Excited to get some seat time and some more practice with these 08Cs on the back and how I've changed the rear end. Remember, we flipped the front tires, so I do have to watch out for using a lot of angle. Like, I'm going to use a lot of angle, I just need to remember that it's going to fight me a little bit, so you'll probably see me doing this a lot with the wheel, but should be fine. Me and Oka-chan are going to be doing tandem practice today as well, which should be fun. I'm excited. All right, lads, let's go for some. So we're in second gear. I'm going to be doing third gear entries mainly today. Feels so good this gripped up, it's amazing. Dude, so good with how gripped up this rear end is. Slow. So Oka-chan's now changing tires, but 今何話した？
こんなに離れてんじゃねえかよ。俺のここにフロントタイヤをトントントントントントントントンと当てるんだよ。
はい、わかります。バチバチ水槽で。
バーンはダメだぞ。
オッケーオッケー。
トントン。
オッケー、バチバチね。
ガーンってダメだぞ。
はい、わかります。うん、ユタじゃないだから大丈夫。What he's saying with like setting yourself up for entries now. So after a bunch of fun with tandems, it's time to jump in this thing. We're gonna go to our favorite ramen joint close by. You guys know it, the negi and pork ramen, it's so good. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. I love coming here. I have to come here every single time we come to Scuba. Best ramen ever. So we're back from lunch and I wanted to take a look at the damage that I've received from those little taps on Oka-chan's car. And honestly, it's not too bad. We've got a little bit of contact here on this part of the bumper, pretty much nothing. On the wheel here, we took off some paint, which is no big deal, got touch-up paint for that, and I ripped off a little bit of my sticker here. Kind of sucks, but that's that. Pretty much pretty successful day, I think, in my opinion. We're gonna get back out there. My goal is to put a black mark on the YF. I wanna get my front tire in here, like either in front or right in here. That's my goal. So I'll work on that. And I don't want to be like surging and touching, right? I want to be consistently here and just keep rubbing the full, like, you know, leave like nice rub marks all the way down the door. That'd be so cool. So that's pretty much my goal. We're gonna get back out there and do some more driving. But man, it's so good having, you know, someone like Oka-chan being able to just do like lap after lap after lap where I get comfortable and can keep practicing over and over. So very grateful for that. It's time for some more tandem practice, boys and girls. Let's get some. noticed that my car was acting strange before we just hit Okachan. And in this clip, you can really see that the car was being really bizarre and not responding to my steering inputs pretty much right after entry, and soon you'll find out why. Well, I just took off my bumper on the back of Okachan's car. My car's fine. Okachan's car is totally fine too. My bumper really just contacted his wheel and tire, it seems. So we did pretty well. Man, really loving this tandem practice, guys. Oh no! Takara! Knuckle korajatta! Oh my god, my knuckle broke. That's what happened. Takara! Alright, so let's get under here and have a look at the damage, boys. That is what is left of my knuckle and tie rod end. We'll see if we can get the camera view from the other side so you can see the knuckle. Now these knuckles were on the car when I got it. We have no idea who made them previously, but it's very clear that they were not welded too well because the penetration is pretty bad. I don't know how well you can see that, but it looks like it wasn't properly welded on there. See that big space in the middle? No penetration there. But let's see, you can probably see my knuckle there and how it's just completely broken off. So yeah, trying to load this thing up on the loader right now, and we're just going as slow as possible. All right, well, that's that then. I want to check out under the hood because we may have broken the tabs and stuff on that headlight. I was talking with Okachan and we're pretty certain that, like I said, we don't know who made these knuckles, but it's pretty clear they weren't welded that great. But after I hit him a couple times with the tire, right, that probably weakened that knuckle. And I'd say the rest of today it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I did notice that it started feeling weird on transitions when I was like feeding the steering wheel and stuff. So I'm kind of not surprised that there was a problem with the knuckle. It seems like, oh yeah, we did kind of break that, but not on the part here, just up here with the bolt. That's actually really lucky. So we've got away with that. I mean, I've got 2 new headlights on the way anyways, so I'm not actually that worried, but this can still be used as a spare because the only part that broke is a little bit here where the bolt goes through, so the bolt can just tighten down on that, no problem. This one's busted though. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna hang these up in the shop though. These are definitely a memory of this car and how we got it with it being blue. That's why I decided to keep these on here. So I kind of like that they're blue inside and it reminds us of what this car used to be like. But slowly but surely we've been changing pretty much everything on this car that was from that previous era. Looks like we got away very lucky. It's like I was able to get on the brakes just in time, honestly. We did push my oil cooler into the filter a little bit, but we didn't pierce it, which is good. This needs to be moved and adjusted again too by the looks of it. Got bent up the brackets. Overall, really not that bad though. We got away really lucky. I kind of mentioned this before, but the timing of this is perfect. We literally today were like, all right, later on this weekend, we're gonna change the knuckles on this car to Yashio factory ones because the ones that are on here are just not performing the way that like we want them to. And the angle on them is just super weird. Like the Ackerman is super bizarre. So, and that's something I've always told you guys, like the way that this car, the knuckles are set up on this, like just the knuckles themselves are really not that good. So moving to the Yashio factory knuckle, we were like, yep, we're doing it this weekend. And then the knuckles break. It was like the knuckles heard us talking about it. We're like, trying to get rid of me? I'll show you what's up. I'm going out with a bang. So I'm just glad it happened here, like while we were at Gymkhana, because that probably, if that happened when I was doing a big entry at like Nikko or Scuba 1000 or at Ebisu Circuit at North Course, you'd be screwed. So very fortunate and lucky that it happened when it did. Definitely. It's kind of bummed because I had another video planned to film today involving cup holders and icy water, but we'll have to do that once we fix the car and get some real knuckles on there. I'm also thinking about getting a Wisefab kit for this coming into the new later on this year for when we start doing some bigger comps, and we've also done a little bit of a power upgrade too. But anyways, that aside, I think what I'm going to do is start packing everything up, and then we'll just kind of hang out with everyone until we head back to the shop, and I'll probably be catching the train home tonight. Luckily we bought that K car. I swear to God, the timing of all of this is hilarious. We're talking about changing the knuckles this weekend, knuckles break, and then my car breaks again, and the K van is there to save the day. So it's kind of crazy and hilarious in my opinion. The irony is great. And now because Oka-chan doesn't have a friend to play with, he's just taking a nap in the sun. So what we're doing now is actually some gymkhana. Oka-chan's put some more cones out. We've got a little course to run through. You can drift, but obviously the thing is to get a faster time. So you want to obviously just get around and out, in and out of the course as fast as you can to beat everyone. Because if you lose, well then you got to pay for dinner for everyone. So Oka-chan's letting me use the lesson car, so I'm going to do that. We're going to see what time we get. So Oka-chan's showing us the layout. You want to launch here, go out there as quick as you can. You got to come around the first cone in tight, then around wide around these two. Then you're going to go around those 3 cones, come back in through here around that middle cone, then straight across to the other side. You want to go around the full section, back through those 2 front cones, and then out to the exit. There we go. So for my first gymkhana grip event, I managed to get 34 seconds. I'm not the slowest here, which I think is a miracle, to be honest. I'm gonna do it a few more times and see if we can get faster. Oka-chan said if I brake a little bit more and just really try to like tighten it up, because I was practically drifting the whole thing. If I tighten it up, I should be able to get a much faster time. Also, we're on like cheap Chinese silent tires on the rear of that. So getting a 34 is actually pretty good. So I wish we were filming that, but I just managed to get a 32.8 in Oka-chan's car. Nothing changed except me driving and really focusing on trying to be tight around the cones and staying as like gripped up as I can. I'm gonna take Oka-chan's car out for a few quick laps, just because my car's about to feel like that. Actually, my car's gonna have even more angle because we were talking, we're gonna move my rack forward and everything and just do as much as we can with the factory OEM parts so that we're at that limit where when I wanna change to Wisefab or something like that in the future, that's what we'll do. But we're just gonna go to the max that we can do with factory OEM parts. Quickly changed with Yuta. He's jumped back in the car now. Let him get a few laps before we all head home today. The way that that thing drives is amazing. Like just the angle, how easy it is. The Ackerman I think is perfect. So I'm really excited. Plus obviously I'm gonna try and set up my car alignment wise the same. But yeah, car drives entirely different than mine. Oka-chan did say that a little bit that contributes to why that car feels a little bit more gripped up and better than mine is because every seam has been welded. The whole car's been seam welded, so the car feels a lot more rigid and strong. And that's also what kind of helps it grip up a little bit more in the rear end, he was saying, with like the chassis not like twitching and tweaking. But yeah, I'm excited. My car's gonna have even more angle than that with the rack move forward. So I think it's gonna make a world of a difference. He's shredding it. The only difficulty I had is because he's got a different turbo setup and stuff like that on there. The power band's a little bit in a different spot. So it took me a few goes to kind of get the hang of it, but dude, you can really throw that car in. So we are back at Yashio factory. Nice drive home. My car's on the truck somewhere around the corner there, and I'm just helping Oka-chan with this S14. It's been having a really weird idle issue. And this car, I swear to God, is the gift that just keeps on giving with like the most bizarre and weirdest issues ever. So I jumped on the Link ECU, everything's set up perfect for idling, and I was trying to configure the idle air control valve to, you know, see if, you know, it was just like a setting or something like that. But every time I adjusted it, it would just be like either 100% on or 100% off, and it was just doing the weirdest stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try changing the idle control valve, right? So this is the idle control valve that came off this car. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen an idle air control valve, but there's supposed to be something inside that. There's supposed to be a piston and a spring. There is nothing, absolutely nothing. Here's one that I pulled off a spare one, and you can see there's like a piston in there with a spring. So that explains why this thing's been having idling issues. My concern is whether or not it like fell out of it and is inside the engine somewhere. So yeah, I have no words, man. Like, we keep finding weird stuff like this all over this car. It's really bizarre, honestly. I don't know who did the work on this previously, but there's a really good look. You can see in here, there's a spring inside that one. Oh, my camera's doing weird lighting stuff, but spring inside that one and a piston. This one, absolutely empty. I've never seen that before. So bizarre. So we're gonna fix this thing, switch it out, and we should have idle control back, and I can get this thing working perfect. Which explains why I was having so much problems getting this thing to idle right when the AC would turn on as well. So frustrating, but I'm glad that we now know what the issue is. As simple as just that. Definitely a fun day, to say the least. I really feel like I was getting so much better in my tandem practice before I broke the knuckle. And just overall a really good day. We got to work on some cool cars, got to fix an issue on that S14. We still got more stuff to figure out. It's doing weird stuff. I don't know, it's like I said, that car has the strangest problems, and I'm not going to be surprised if tomorrow I want to do a compression check if there's some greater issue that's happening with that car, because it says that block is like an NA block, like an NAT, and a whole bunch of weird work was done on it by the previous shop. So it's really odd. And like I said, like, I'm pretty worried about also those parts from the idle air control valve maybe inside the engine. So yikes. But how cool is this? I don't know if you can see it because it's so dark. We're driving Oka-chan's daily S15. He's lent this car to me today, so I can get home. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think the thing that I'm most proud at myself about is just how I reacted with the crash and everything like that. Like, I loved it. I had so much fun, and it was a result of learning and becoming a better driver. I'm talking and ranting a lot now, so thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Peace out. Jamata.